EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, so happy to be here. We are underway from Dublin, folks, in the NFL International Series. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Thielen going to go in motion right. Looking to throw McCarthy. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, they're glad that he did because he still has a lot of juice left despite being...
And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
13 yards on
They
the
went
play.
3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
McCarthy off the play fake. That one complete to Naylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Steelers offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. On play action, now Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Rodgers. And get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10.
Now run straight ahead to Warren. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions and what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
For the field goal, a 62-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Now McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they run the option on second down. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep this confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. A handoff for Warren. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 111 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Warren with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. This is 2nd and 8. On play action, McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run to Warren. And down inside the 15 he goes.
It's a gain of 18. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, and plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's McCarthy. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing is McCarthy. Under pressure, they got him again. T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. McCarthy operating from the gun. And he's going to go down again. Alex Highsmith. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Now Austin. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
They'll run it, Warren. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That gain on third down, good for 28. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren, 27 yards. And the Steelers are able to widen their advantage. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it is 28-0.
Vikings nothing.
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. On play action. Now McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. To the air with McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Austin. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10.
48-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he's got this down to the 35.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf, 34 yards. And the Steelers open the lead up to 34-0. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Vikings nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 2.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Jones. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one brought in by Jefferson. So nothing doing there. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Going for it, here's McCarthy. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
2 yards to go, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Warren. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
4 yards. And the Steelers first down.
On the run, it's Warren. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Rodgers with a keeper. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. Warren. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Now it's Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. That's gonna be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They toss it to Warren. Fights loose. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Warren. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And the Steelers first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.